Are you, like many of the people that I coach, feeling frustrated with Instagram? It's not growing. You're not seeing the follows, the engagement, the comments. You're not seeing what you want on Instagram. I'm going to share with you this one trick that is going to change everything. My name is Michelle Gifford. I'm a brand and marketing strategist, and I have been teaching these tricks. Can we stop calling them tricks? Can we call them strategies? Is that okay? Because these are not like tricks like you're going to just hack something. These are actually really valuable strategies that I use in my coaching group, Insta Money Makers. You should join. And it's also what I use in my marketing agency where I am managing people's Instagram, and we're using these and they're seeing results. Are you ready for the strategy? Let's do it. Before we get started, we do have to have a couple things in place before these strategies are ever going to work. And this is true across any platform, but especially for social media, it's becoming more and more of a search engine. And so it becomes increasingly important for us to niche down and talk to one target audience. If you are talking to a lot of different types of people about a lot of different topics, it's going to be really hard for the algorithm to understand who you are and who you serve, because the algorithm, it's actively trying to figure out what kind of content you post. It's trying to put you in some category, because the whole goal of Instagram is to keep people on the app, right? So if they can put the right content in front of the right people, then what happens is more people stay on the app for longer. So we should be using the algorithm in our favor and really niche down, because then it makes it a lot easier to put our content in front of the right people. It also makes it a lot easier to create a content strategy and a content plan. So as part of our niche, we need to know who is our audience, what problems do they have, how do we serve them, and what do we want our people from Instagram to do. So the second thing you need is a clear bio. We now know who we serve, how we serve them, and what we want them to do. And now you get 150 characters to create a bio so that when someone comes to check out your Instagram account, they know that you are going to serve them. This is very huge. We have to stop any language that makes it all about you, right? Your bio needs to speak directly to your audience, who they are, how you show up and solve their problems, and the call to action at the bottom. And what this is going to do is when we start driving people to your account, which we're going to do with the thing we're going to teach in a second, is once we start driving people to your account, they need to know in an instant that your account is someone to follow because it serves them. And so we have to have our bio set up so that once we start getting the traffic, they will come and they will want to follow because we are clear on the bio that we create. And the third thing is we need to create niche content that serves the audience that we're supposed to serve, so that when people come to our account from the content we create and these other strategies that we're going to employ, they will look at our account, see the bio, and then look at the content and say, oh, this is someone that I want to follow because the content is consistent. It's very clear how you serve them. So the first strategy, yeah, I'm going to give you more than one. I know I said one, but I'm going to give you a bonus one. It is really simple. You're going to open your Instagram account, and when you open it, you are going to think of someone in your industry who is growing. You like their account, they're creating really great content, and they're an expert in the industry, and you're going to search for them. Let's say that I teach sustainable fashion, right? And I'm sharing different wardrobe and different clothing that people should wear. I'm going to find someone in my niche, and there's a couple ways to do that. I can either type in just someone that I know, that I follow, that I know is an expert in my niche, or I can search by hashtag. So if there's like a certain hashtag that goes with your niche, then you can search that and look for people who are really doing a great job. So I'm going to go to Merrick's Art because she is really good at fashion. I am going to go to her account and I'm going to see what I noticed from her. And we know that she is doing really well, right? We know she's creating great content. We know people are engaging with her because we're looking through her content. And so we're going to go to her reels. And once you go to her reels, you're going to scroll through and you're going to see some things stand out to you. You're going to look for the reels that are doing way better than any of the other reels. So if you look at these ones, you'll notice she has 1 to 300,000 on most of her content, but this one has 2.6 million. So we're going to open it and we are going to analyze it. We're going to figure out what is different about this one than other ones. Is she using a trending audio? Does she have transitions? Is the content really what matters? We're going to look at that and we're going to figure out, okay, what is it that's doing well? And then we're going to look at her caption. Are there any hashtags that she's using? Does she have keywords in her stuff? And we're going to keep doing this for more than one account. I recommend to my coaching group to find 10 to 15 people that you can look and analyze their account. That'll give you a lot of data, but start with 1 to 5 and go and find those pieces of content that are really standing out and analyze what they're doing right. And then what we're going to do is not copy them. No, we're not copying them. We're looking at their content for clues on what Instagram is looking for, and we're going to use that as inspiration to create content for ourselves. So remember, I think it was Tony Robbins said, success leaves clues. clues. So let's go find the people in our industry who are creating really great content and finding success and see what clues they're leaving about the content they create. And then guess what? Sorry friends, but you have to go create content. And this is huge. We are not going to grow on Instagram if we never create content. The first strategy is do the research and then go create content and figure out what content that you need to create in order to start reaching more of the people who are in your niche. So that is strategy number one. Let's go with number two. And this strategy is quick. It's something you're going to use right now. And the strategy is 10 to 15 minutes before you post on Instagram, you are going to go in your stories and you're going to do an engagement sticker, like a poll or a question, and you're going to get people engaging in your stories. And then 10 to 15 minutes later, you are going to post your post. Now, why does this matter and why is this going to help? Because Instagram is looking for clues that people like your content. And one of the biggest clues is engagement. And so with engagement, if people are going in your stories and engaging, that signals to Instagram, hey, this girl really likes Michelle's content. And so it's going to show my post that I post 15 minutes later in their feed. This is just an engagement strategy that's going to help you get the post that you just created seen by more people. Now, if you feel like you are really ready to dive into Instagram, you want a course, you want support, you want accountability and a coach, then you should be joining my Insta Moneymakers. You can join your first week for just $1. So check the link below and sign up right now. Number three is go back to those people who are the top in your industry. You should already have a list from number one, and you are going to add value in the comments of their posts. Now, the reason why you're doing this, we're not going to be weird about it. We're not trying to steal their audience, but what we're trying to do is when we come to this post about fashion and we add our take, or we ask this really good question and we start this conversation, we start meeting people who are like the people that we want to follow us. And so they're going to come and follow us on our account, because when you leave a valuable comment, they get interested in you, they go back to your profile, they look at your bio and they look at your content and they're like, ah, I love this lady and I'm going to follow them. So you're going to do this 10 to 15 minutes a day and start adding value to the top people in your industry and start seeing those people who follow those top people start coming over to your profile. Start doing these strategies and you are going to start seeing growth. Thank you so much. Make sure you're subscribed and we'll see you next time.